Right, here we go. We are starting off with the round 3 at the Sierra Summit Rallycross track with the Super 1600 classes. Same layers as before. We've got 4 heats in 2 qualifying sessions. First heat's already been drawn, then the second heat will be done from there onwards. So if we jump over to the game, we've got all the cars on the grid at the minute. So obviously we've got Os, Kenny, Aki, and Thingy. I'm just going to get a light. I've lost the light. Where's the light? Where's the light? Being blind, I've probably still got it. There it is. Come on today, beam. Right. So, yes, a little bit rush start as we are a little bit behind a minute. Right, yes, I was correct. It is 4 laps from Joker, so we are going to get this first run underway as we get ready, get set, and away we go. Nice to start from everyone there. We're going to jump in with Os, Bete. Did have some setup issues last time, so it looks like Os, Bete, AK, and I think that might be Jesse, Bete, or at least one of Jesse's teammates, as they are rocking that iconic white and green colour scheme. Oh, we've got a bit of contact between the, I think that's Armand's Rallycross car and AK in the Mistral. Tap back here to the Corvette hatch. We're running in 3rd place. AK looks like it goes a little bit wide there, falls back to last place. We've got, I think it is Jakuski in the better. Oh, AK looks up the inside. We're a bit brave with that very unmovable concrete barrier up on the inside. So, while we go through this first heat here, we're just going to quickly go over how the positions were. Oh, man, I'm a bit distracted. There's a battle going off between AK and Os. Drops back a little bit, a bit of contact between him and a bit of contact between our mons. A bit more contact, more shoving. That is how Rallycross goes as the top 3 cars sort of spread. Oh! Tap on the side of the door for AK, a bit more bad luck for him. As he drops behind a little bit here. As we come round onto lap 3 now. Running in 2nd place, he has already jokered. I think everyone has jokered other than, oh, there we go. So there is Jesse and AK, I believe it is, jokering in the background there. So yeah, that city catch is just running away at the front there. Os going to try and keep all of his seconds, however I think that Armand's in the name of the things now, I've forgotten. In the little French hatchback. Not been hanging around, however, he's, speaking of, falling behind a little bit. So it's come around now to the final lap. Well, I'm sorry, I do apologise, trying not to sneeze down the mic. We've still got the same positions over there. Oh, I'm not being a little bit of a shift position back there. My AK has dropped back a bit. So we've got the Civic Hatch running in first, we've got Os in second, we've got the French Hatch back in third. Jesse in 4th, and AK in the Yellow Mistral in last place. As the captain goes over the line, takes P1, we'll have Oss in 2nd, the French back in 3rd, Jesse in 4th, and AK in 5th. So we'll just head back over to the spreadsheet just so... Oh, it's Jajenski, my apologies. So yes, Eddie, that was it. Eddie in the Corvette hatch there, Oss in the Vette, AK... Oh, it was Kenu, not Armand's. Kenu's changed vehicle then. In the Cherry, that was it, the Vivas. In P3. So we'll probably be moving swiftly over to Heat 2, which does actually have Armand's this time. Voltish, Nacho, Jesse and Marco. Probably going to be a bit of a rough heat, that one, especially with Voltish, Nacho and Marco all in one heat. They tend to be accident prone between themselves, so we'll see how they get on. So we're going to head back into the studio to see if there's any incidents to talk about. Oh, has someone had a bit of a bump? Let him cook. Right, I'm gonna disappear again. Right, so there was a little bit of contact between Kenu and AK, mainly AK cutting Kenu off. As we did see when AK went wide sort of early in the race, so that has just been deemed a warning. Nothing, no points, no penalties, none of that. So we are going to jump into the next heat with Armand, Valsic, Nacho, Jesse and Marco as we get them lined up on the grid here. So we'll jump back over to the game. So here we are. So we've got Armand's far right here in the red van. Voltish in the Corvette. Going hatchments got sort of a Marco's in sort of, you know, base Civic Corvette with no sort of wide body. Jesse, I believe it is. Yes, Jesse in the green and white Corvette. However, we do appear to be missing. Oh, speaking of the devil, there's Nacho. So, what we'll do, we'll just confirm once again that the right is good. So we're going to get this away. Oh, hang on, we do have. Yeah, we do have a bit of a queue in here. I think so. We do have a slightly illegal car. Armand's had some out-of-weight issues. He was a little bit too powerful or too light, one or the other. Red Bull, oh yeah. So yeah, I'll see Marco and Lauren are teammates. I think we'll see Lauren in the later stages. I'm just going to check, see if he has to. Oh, I don't. Yes, he's in the next heat. So we'll see Marco's teammate next race. So I think we should be okay now. I'm gonna just chuck the thingy. Right, okay, I think we are good to go here. So we're gonna get the. Oh, hang on. I'm just going to put the obvious. Right, okay, now I think, yeah, good now. So, we'll put it once more. So, here we go. We're going to get set, get ready, and away we go. Oh, that's a jump. That is a jump. That does look like a jump. I would have said that was a jump, but we'll review it after the race. We'll tab back onto Nacho here as we get underway. So currently we have Voltish up in the first in the catch, Armand in close second in the Bete. Nacho and it looks like Jesse fighting for P3 while Marco is sat watching. Jesse makes a move up the inside. Oh, clips the wall, gets it a bit. Oh, we've had a red flag, it seems. Yeah, there was a. I did suspect that. Right. So lights. We're gonna get ready. Get set. Oh, and that's another jump. Get ready, get set, and away we go. Right, clean start this time. Let's see if we can maintain that. Oh, he's getting a bit tricky at the start already. Armand decides not to joker. Everyone else is jokering. Jesse's centered on the inside there, getting a bit of confrontation. Gets him in a sandwich between Marco and Marco into the wall. Very helpful for Armand. He wants to get a bit of breathing room. Now he hasn't jokered. Get distance from the rest of the pack, because obviously everyone else has jokered now, so they do fight each other, slow each other down, give him that breathing room that he needs for that joker. So currently obviously, oh no, Armand goes wide. Armand goes wide, bins it already. Voltage looking at the inside of Armand's turn, final turn here. Oh, Nacho gives Armand a little bit of a bump up the inside for him. Armand's still not jokering. I want to joker there. Fighting cars that have already jokered. Jesse goes to second joker now, so it is literally only Armand that needs to joker. Oh, Nacho nearly get rolls it. Oh, there's contact between Armand and Voltish there. So, well, I'll definitely be reviewed later in the race as we come across this back straight here. Marco have managed to get ahead of Jesse. Thankful to that double joker, the jump start that Jesse had caused himself. So So we'll go here. Yeah. Trying to get the right camera. There we are. So obviously we've got Nacho running in P1 currently. Armand's Niles Jokers comes out alongside Jesse. That is very unfortunate for Armand from nearly lead there. Now in the back of the pack with the stragglers. Oh, gets on the inside of Marco. Takes the third place from now. He's now top 3. So we'll move up ahead. So yeah, there's quite a bit of distance here between Nacho and Voltish. Obviously caused by that contact between Armand and Voltish. So I don't think there's going to be a lot he can do in this race. So as we go on to the final lap now. Where's Marco? Oh, looks like Marco might have had an accident. Oh yeah, Marco got some heavy damage there, so he might end up with a DNF if he can't limp it to the finish line. So Armand and Jesse are fighting through the first turn there. Looks like a little bit of a back brawl going on in that corner. Jesse is not backing down. He does want to claim that P3 away from Armand. However, it does appear he has some damage, and Armand is just pulling away the healthy Bete. Yeah, I think Jesse does have some alignment damage there, just trying to keep that car in check. Very unfortunate for him after quite a half-decent recovery with the 2 Jokers. However, he's still not last. Not last place. You can see there, Marco currently stranded. He's probably snapped a drive shaft, or just very, very badly bent suspension. But looks like Nacho has won that one, so we'll go over to the scoreboard here. So yeah, Nacho in P1, Valtish P2, Armand's in P3. Jesse will be in P4, but I suspect they might be reviewing an incident. Obviously, we saw Marco just suddenly out of the running, so there may have been a crash or a bit of contact between them two. So we'll jump into Stuart's box and see what has happened. Right. Here we are, line up again. So we've got in this heat, we've got Otto, Alex, Warwick, So and Her. So did win the very first round of Super 1600s, however he did not make the last round, so he does have some points to make up. However, he's very well known for having a very fast little Corvette, so he should do well here in that small anime. Yeah, enough said. So who do we have here? Okay, it's Alex. It seems to be a newcomer. In the hatch Corvette here, we have ours in. Oh, no, it's Otto, my apologies. Otto. Turbo Burger Corvette. Centre, of course, and they go again. Right, so let's get the ball rolling here. So we are going to get ready, get set, and away we go. Nice clean start from everyone there. A little bit of a late start from the end there. So, nice early lead into the first Joker. Oh, he does go very wide. Loses a lot of positions. Loring, Jokers early. The only one to Joker, lap 1. Not far behind the pack either. That could very well play out for him. Otto and Alec fighting in P1 minutes. So, right behind is a three-way Covette battle. So, with a catapult up the inside of Otto there. Just a good one, and might even get Alec as well before the next corner. Does back out. Oh, massive contact between Otto and Alex there. But however, Alex makes a move back up the inside. Not backing out. To make some drastic measures here. So looks like So is currently now leading Otto in second over. So has Joker. So what Otto has to do is catch up with So, and he will basically take the win of the race unless he wins it. Back there, not far behind. Let's go back to the rest of the field here. So Alex is back there. Loring. Loring has had a very, very bad day there. So he's just going to be limping that car back to try and at least get a 5th position and not get a DNF. Otto currently running P2, not far behind So. So still does a Joker. That might not be the call, however, he might just believe in his Covette's ability. Away, he's very, very good at that. There's a switch back to Alex here now, going around the first turn, not far. Distance between him and her. Seems the field is quite well spread out and set. The really interesting thing here is going to be this little strategy battle between So and Otto. So keeping it nice, clean, tidy. Otto goes wide. I think that's going to seal the deal for So. He has the breather room to Joker as we go on to which is the final lap here. Yep, final lap. So Joker's Otto. Otto is going to be just too far behind there from that mistake in the final corner to make anything move. Anything stick, sorry. However, P2 is nothing to complain about. It's still a good score of points in the early heats. Give yourself that better starting position in the semi-finals here. So we've got her in P3 here in the Bristol, not by far here. Loring is just limping that fourth class, who I suspect will probably be a steward's inquiry as to what's happened with that car. And that's quite a bit of damage to do under the half. So that will, So has finished the race there. We've got Otto P2, her in P3, Alex in P4, and it will be Loring in P5 there, just coming around the final corner, or second to last corner, sorry. So we'll jump into the steward's box, as there will be definitely some inquiries into the car of Loring. Let's see what has happened to it. Right, so the results are in. So, result of his little bonk to Lorink, he has been dropped down into P5. Yeah, so it turned out her was the guilty subject to Lorink's condition. High speed incident on the back straight into the second to last corner. Went for a gap, her closed the door too late, and just sent him flying into a wall. So there was a little incident that we saw between Otto and Alex. That's just been deemed a racing incident, as the steward said. He was going for a gap and he just missed it. So we'll jump back over to the game and get this show on the road. We are missing one car. It looks like Vinku. Where is Vinku? Where is our dear beloved Vinku? Oh, Legos, yeah, so Legos in her has very similar cars. So we'll get this race underway here. As we are going to get set, get ready, and off we go. Clean start from everyone there, that's good to see. A leggy start from Orders there, indeed. Turbenberger Mistral, a good start from Legos on the outside there. Orders decides to joker early, not a bad call, especially when those two were basically side by side from the first turn. Orders now gets a clean run for the joker, giving him the better overall in the course of this race. All he has to do is back it up with some consistent driving. Now, it's just a three-man race, as obviously Vinker is not shower. Betty up front, I believe. Ooh, wrong button. Belongs to Kakaki, that's it. Kakaki in the Betty. In the 1600 class. Legos goes Joker. Second lap in, that is going to leave Orders, maybe be able to make a move on him. No, Orders too far behind. Maybe he's fell back. Well, however, once to fair, he was in a different car. I think in the Super 600 class before, so might be getting used to Mistral. Is a unique sort of front-wheel drive vehicle, not like the Corvette very much at all. So as we go through this race here, Kakaki massive lead. Legos massive gap behind Kakaki in second, and Orders struggling behind him. Kakaki does still need Joker, as I don't think he has Joker just yet. But obviously this is the last heat of the first qualifying session, so from this point on the running order will be dictated by finishing positions. So the first heat in qualifying session 2 will be full of all the faster drivers, like everyone that basically came P1. And then obviously heat 2, basically everyone came with heat 2, and so on and so forth. And then obviously once all the faster drivers have been filled out, the oddball will be thrown into the heats if quite. Oh no, that gets it a little bit iffy coming out of the last corner there. This might be Orders up the inside of turn 1 after a little bump into the back of the Ghost. As they come across the jump here, there's a shift for second place. However, Legos is not backing down. Oh, look to the inside, gets a bit of a bump up into the Orders there. Oh, Orders into the wall. Orders is honking his horn in aggravation. He is not happy about that. I think the marshals will be having word is just like Orders probably has some suspension damage, as these Mistrals are very frail car. Do not like contact with very. Oh, and he goes wide. Yep, I think that has butchered his race there. Yeah, no, it was final lap a minute ago, so that is it. So that is Orders in P3, but however, I think that will have been talking to by the marshals. It was a bit of a cheeky move there, which resulted in a bit of bad luck for orders. So we'll jump over to the steward's box here, see what the crack is, and report back. Right, so the heats have been sorted. So, like I said, obviously, some of the better finishing drivers are putting into the earlier heats with the oddball put in there. Like, for example, we've got Nacho, So, Kaki, and Eddie, all P1 finishes from the previous heats. But then we've got Jesse in there just to terrify those faster drivers. Give us something to fear. However, Jesse isn't a slow driver necessarily, so it should be interesting the result. Aussie Heat 2, we've got Keno, Otto, Valtish and Lego, so we'll go over the rest in a minute. I'm just going to jump back in because we are going to be starting soon. See here. All cars now spawned in. So we've got Eddie in the black and red hatch Corvette. We've got Jesse in the green and white normal Corvette. We've got Kahaki in the dark blue and black Bete, Zoe in the anime Corvette, and Nacho in the blue and white and black hatch. So we're going to get this on the road. We do have a car currently panicking, it seems. So hopefully we'll be right. Okay, here we go. So we are going to get ready, get set, and away we go. Nice, sharp and fast start. Let's try and avoid anyone getting the jump start. Oh, there's contact between Nacho Nacho and So right off the line there. Nacho into the wall. Remember, red flag conditions is more than half the field, or half the field or more out of the race, or heavily damaged. So that isn't going to cause a red flag there. So Nacho is very unlucky. Very unfortunate start, however. Stuart may have a look at that decision later on after the race and then mix some decisions about because of it. But as meant. So gets a nice early lead there. Not the Joker though, and I think Akaki is the same with that Joker. However, Jesse and Eddie have Jokered. Just going to the final turn here. We're on the lap 2 now. So goes Joker. Kaki doesn't. Eddie, Joker, Jesse, Joker. I'm not wrong though. However, now that does put Eddie in the theoretical first place. Oh, as he bunks probably Nacho's tyre, I believe. Bumper brushing between Kaki and Eddie. So getting up in the mix here, trying to make up that time that he's just spent in the Joker. Eddie is a machine and a half of a driver though. He's going to be a very tough bucket to beat in this second round of qualifying. So looking around, trying to make a move. Eddie is just closing the door on him, not giving any opportunities. Kaki holding back, trying to find a good line. Thought he had something there, had to back off. So in the way. Coming over the jump here. Eddie running P1, so P2, Kaki P3. Scan through. Nacho still going. Jesse not that far behind, not close enough to make anything happen. So it's come down the back straight into the second to last corner. Eddie keeping it reasonably tidy, so even tidier to be fair. That's a very, very stable comeback. Kaki drops back a little bit, giving So the breathing room he needs to attack Eddie. Harsh foul, gets a bit of understeer though, because that's the last corner. As we come to lap 3 of the race. Gap is being held there by Eddie. Not slowing down. Oh, looks like we're going to catch the back marker of Nacho here. Nacho just trying to limp his car across the line. That is going to probably cause a blue flag. But hopefully he doesn't disrupt this interesting battle going on for first place here. Nacho just needs to get out of the fecking way, and he does that very well into the sandpit. Race. So and Eddie get close, coming into the final corner, into the final lap here. Eddie gets it a little bit wrong, a little bit deep. So looking at the inside, looking on the outside, going to cut across. Eddie locks up. I don't think Eddie realises that wasn't the final lap. Oh, that was the final lap. Oh no, that was it. That was it. So I believe Eddie did just take that. I think that is Eddie actually telling him he's giving him a heart attack. So, fantastic racing though. A little bit unfortunate for Nacho at the start there, but this is rallycross. Incidents happen. Let's see if he can make it up though in the semi-finals, as that won't really give him a great starting position in the semis. So if we have a look here. Obviously, yeah, P5, so he's probably be starting down in the back order of semi-final 1 or 2, which is quite unfortunate. However, obviously, he does have generally decent points, almost basically finishing 3rd every race. So he might probably actually be midfield. Thinking about it now, but we'll find out and see. So as we jump back over, we have the next lineup of Kenu, Otto, Valtish, Lagos and Her. Obviously Otto, very fast driver, as we've seen. A bit of bad luck in the previous heat. Some contact between him and Alex, a bit self-inflicted contact really. However, obviously I think the ones to watch will be Otto, Kenu, and what to say yeah, they are teammates. They have identical cars. They're going to be a little bit fun to identify. Actually, it's not too bad. We might be able to keep track of them. Otto is in the wrong place. That's going to be lovely to identify, but at least we know that's a bit better. That's more like it here. That'll do. So we all make sure everyone's ready. And we are going to get this race underway. I'm going to switch the lights here, make sure. So, here we are. So we are going to get ready, get set, and away we go! Clean start from everyone there, a little bit of light start from the Legos. Otto, Valtish, Kenu, nearly all three wide. Let's see, Valtish, Joker's early, Kenu, Otto, and I think that was Legos. Yeah, that was Legos. Decided to not Joker, but I heard Matt stored it with a bit of contact between him and Valtish. Up to the front here. Otto currently in the race, Kenu in second, making sure he knows he is back there. Again, very fast driver, very experienced driver in these leagues. So we'll see how he can fare against the mighty Otto. Also has proved to be a very fast driver, as we've seen in the previous heats. Does get a bit of bad luck from time to time. Can up the pace now when needed. We have a bit of a battle here between Legos and we did have a bit of a battle between Legos and Voltage. Looks like Otto goes to Joker. Put him out in not a bad position there. He's going to crawl back into P2. And technically, now he's on the heels of Kenu P1. Kenu has a Joker, so as long as Otto can keep that pace up and catch back of Kenu, he is going to be good as gold for win here in the second qualifying session. Which he is doing. He is putting the power down. He is round the ropes of Kenu. Kenu looks like he's really, really slow in those straights. In the Vivas here. Going to the final corner onto lap 3, I believe. That is correct. We have, Kenu Jokers now. Voltage running second now behind Otto. See if Kenu can get a decent run out. No, he's too far behind. I think he is going to be settling for third place here. So it's just a battle for the lead. Otto and Voltage. Otto keeping it nice and fast. Gets a goal. Gives an okay run. Doesn't really pull away from Voltage here. Into the back straight. Looks like the Ghosts here are evenly spread out themselves as well. So we tab back to Otto here. Oh, Otto gets it wrong. What's happened here? What has happened to Otto? What actually happened there? Something massively gone wrong there. That's what I mean about the bad luck for Otto. That is very unfortunate for him. That's going to put Voltage into second place, first place, sorry. Kenu into second place there. Oh, looks like we might have her out of the race. Oh, and Otto's died. 2 DNFs in the last race. What has happened? That's going to mean Legos gets a P3 for just surviving. That's going to help Legos out in the semi-finals, definitely to try and make it to the finals. But Valtish is going to claim P1. Very well done by him. Kenu in P2 with a bit of luck there. However, that Vivos just doesn't seem to have it in the straights. Seems to really like that top end. However, he's quite good in the corners and quite good at being aggressive. So very unlucky for that Otto. He's got some work to do in the semi-finals to try and make it through. So we'll jump back over to the scoreboard here. So as we can see, Otto gets a DNF, and I think hers going to be the same. That is very unfortunate from running P1 to a very mysterious bit of damage there. I think maybe something got jammed in his rear wheel. The car didn't like it, and just absolutely devastated his run there. However, that does mean Valtish gets P1, Kenu gets P2. Bit of consistency there from Kenu, P2 in both qualifying sessions. Valtish now scoring some good points for himself as he got P2 obviously in his first qualifying session, so that's going to bump his points up nicely. I think there is probably an incident being reviewed between her and maybe someone. Maybe that might be why he's not getting the score put in. So a quick jump over. So I think there might be a review between Otto as well, because that was very mysterious from Otto. But yeah, also we just got two 4-car heats for the last 2 qualifying sessions. So I'm going to jump over to Stewards Marks and see what the crack is. So it has been decided that Otto had one for some of his vehicles, so we're going to get his next heat on the race as they're all very eager to go. So it is going to be get ready, get set, and away we go. A nice quick start there, very clean and equal stops between all the cars. So Alex gets a good run out the gate. Joker's early along with the Mons. Good call. Alders now taking to P1 in the Mistral with Jajensky not far behind in the Bete. Obviously Armand and Alex. Oh, Armand has managed to take position away from Alex through the Joker, it seems. He's running P3 right now. So it's still early in the race. Alders not the Joker in. Good look out from Armand. This Bete is really ridiculously fast in the straights, it seems. Very, very good car to use. Quite a good customization you can see those to actually no, that's not a Bete. There's a Bete. Where is it? I can't remember now, I'm dying myself. I thought, yeah, all those Jokers like to Jajensky to lead the race with Armand on his tails. Obviously Armand has Jokered. So we'll see how that works out for him. See, he's tried this method before, but got it a little bit wrong before. So, and he absolutely powers by. Oh, it tries to power by. It looks like he gets slowed down a bit by the grass. Potentially some gearing, it sounds like. However, Jajensky goes a little bit wide there. Maybe lost a bit of time, however, the gap is still good for him. He has to Joker soon, though, as we're to lap 3 here. Oh, Mons gets it very wrong for the first corner. Now that is the big downside to these Betes. They are very, very grip roll prominent. So they do like to do that very often. As Jajensky gets a fantastic run out of the Joker there. Absolutely batters it down the inside, but however gets a bit of a bad run out of the third corner there. Second corner, sorry. As it comes on to the second to last corner, Jajensky is pushing hard, very hard to try and catch back up to Armand and try and take the lead of the race from him. Armand has had a bit of a rough go in these couple of heats, so it would be nice to see him land a win this heat. However, Orders is still in the heat making as well from P3, not far behind Jajensky. Let's see if he can put some pressure on Jajensky. Take P2 away from him. However, obviously, going to a straight, Orders is struggling. Mitchell does not seem that good in the straights. Makes it up in the corners, but then that Bete just drives away. Coming to the final corner here. The second to last corner, sorry. Armand still with a healthy gap. Orders goes wide. Kisses the wall on the outside. Pushing hard to try and make that place up. Looks like he tried to make a move there on the inside. Just too far back to make anything stick. So it's going to be Armand's in P1. Jajensky P2. Orders in P3. And Alex with a bit of an unfortunate run, it seems, in P4. Right, we are going to get back into it now. So we have the next grid. We have Loring, AK, Marco, and Moss. Two teammates here, Loring and Marco, running the Michelin crew livery. We have AK, the yellow Mistral, fabulous, iconic colour, and then of course we have Os in the very weird setup Bete. Quite a funky alarm just got going off there. But we'll see if it works out for him. I'm going to just check because I've been calling that Bete title. It's an Astro. I am an actual spastic. It's an Astro. It's not a Bete. I knew I was getting that wrong. But regardless, I'm going to get on the way after the Marco spawns in. You are at it. Starlight back. I got spawned the wrong way. We do have a complete. There we are. I'm going to go shout at someone one moment. Right, shouting has been done. So we're going to get this race underway here. So we're going to go 4 laps, 1 Joker. Ready. So we are going to get ready, get set, and away we go. It is a clean start from everyone there. We're jumping with Loring here in the Vivace. Marco gets a good start there. Joker's early along with Os. AK Loring decides to not Joker. First lap, however, they are going to get a decent run out of the corner as Os and Marco has died once again. Very unfortunate for Marco. I don't think that's going to cause a red flag. Let's see, yeah, Marco has been blamed for that. Yeah, that's Marco out of the early, well, I say nice and early, unfortunately early on, I should say. It does mean we have a little bit of an interesting battle here between AK and Loring for P1. AK seems to be running the stretch setup as he absolutely angers on his wheels. He's just stretching out past him. Loring makes a good call there, getting a Joker in. The AK was trying to defend him there, he's just lost the time through that, whereas Loring side of the road out of the way, put on him. Os not far behind. However, AK has put out a healthy and sizable lead here. However, he gets it a little bit wrong into the second last corner. That's going to give. Oh, and Loring gets a little bit deep as well. Os doesn't get it deep though in the Astro, not Bete. The final turn there. Loring not far behind AK here. AK. It looked like AK might have been a bit hesitant there what he wanted to do. AK does Joker. He's got power down, it could come a lot out nearly alongside Os. However, AK does seem to have a run up towards Loring as he do get a bit more speed into this corner from doing Joker. Os is there, he's hiding from it. Os might be able to catch AK here as we come to the closing stages of this race. Loring with a decent lead on AK. He's just got to keep it nice, clean and tidy, and hopefully AK won't be able to catch him within a lap. However, AK very much on it, very much trying to close that gap. Os doing the same, really wants that P2. However, it looks like the positions might just be staying as they are. Loring gets in a little bit of a weird line there. Os gets a nice clean line through there. However, I don't think it's going to be enough for too spread out. And two really clean as well. They're not making any major mistakes here. AK gets a little bit wrong there. Wide. Os does the same. Oh, it's not going to matter. Loring goes very wide into the last corner. Oh, it still takes P1, AK P2. Yep, and then Os P3. Marco, sadly, DNFing. Very unfortunate for him there. We'll review that incident and see what the hell happened. Right, we are getting into the semi-finals here. So, jump back into it. So we've got Eddie, Valtis, Kaki, Lorenk, Nacho, and Oris in semi-final 1. So Kenu, Armans, Legos, AK, and Alex in semi-final 2. Let's jump straight into the action here. No messing around. So also this will be a staggered setup. So we are also we'll let them try and organise themselves while we're going through some of the cars here. So someone being funny, particular. There's some absolute chaos here as we try and line up everyone. However, we do have some fast drivers in the mix. Eddie and Voltage have proved themselves to be consistent drivers. Eddie being an absolute dominant force in that covert hatch. Kaki, not a bad runner in the Astro. Lorenk, nice, consistent, as long as he's not getting into any accidents. We've got Nacho with a bit of build up, but a very fast driver, along with Orders as well. However, Orders seem to be struggling with the new Mistral. So looks like we're on a bit of a reshuffle there, get people into the correct positions. So it's going to be 6 laps, 1 Joker, I believe. As we get this show on the road, all the cars banging the shit out of each other as we get ready, get set, and away we go. Nice clean start from everyone there, good even mix. Feels enough change. Bit of a bad start by Kakaki in the Astro there though. As we follow along Lorenk here with Others up his side as a Joker early along with Valtish it is. Yep, that is Valtish. However, we have Eddie and Nacho up front in the covert hatches, followed by Kakaki running P3. Nacho and Eddie, two very fast drivers, very well competing as well in the all across the classes really. Nacho did win the final in last round of supercars. As we're going to scroll back a little bit here, as we've got Eddie go through, Nacho up the inside actually. I'm going to scroll back to Nacho here. Nacho doesn't joker, Eddie jokers, Kakaki doesn't joker. So the only people to joker now is Kakaki and Nacho. Have Eddie absolutely sends it across the always bit of contact there between Lorenk and Voltish, getting absolutely brawl going off between them. However, that was a fantastic move in the background, but by Eddie across the jump with a good run out the joker on Kakaki, moves himself up to P2. All Eddie has to do is have a clean run and catch back up to the back of Nacho. However, Nacho could throw the ball here. Oh, bit of a nearly grip roll there by Eddie. Well saved and well maintained the pace. Nacho still doesn't joker. That will be an interesting result. I think he is hoping to try and get a bit more away from Eddie. However, there is still plenty of the race to go. Plenty of mistakes to be made by any car on the field. Oh, we've got a bit of contact, a bit of rubbing and scrubbing between Voltish and Orders there at the back of the pack. Orders seems to let Voltish by. Maybe thought it was his own fault. Same self-penalty. Not a terrible idea. We'll move up to Lorenk now, run P4 behind Kakaki. I believe it is top 3 to get through to the semi-finals. Yes, it is. 6-car grid, yep, top 3. So Kakaki is qualifying, however, he needs to keep that gap on Lorenk and not lose out, as I don't believe Kakaki has jokered. However, Lorenk has, so Kakaki really needs to put his foot down here, increase that lead. However, Nacho's plan is not working out as well as he hoped. Eddie is not far off the bumper of Nacho. Really is keeping that gap to a minimum, Eddie is. Very fast driver, almost alien, he has been described by some of the others in the paddock. Absolute force to be reckoned with, that man. Knows the cars very well at tuning. Look at brought the gap down almost to nothing now between him and Nacho. It's a good run through the first corner there. Can't quite make it stick onto the cross jump. However, he has done his job. He has closed the gap. Nacho still needs to joker. Eddie needs to play safe here. He's maintained pace. He's caught up to Nacho. He just needs to wait for the inevitable to happen and not risk it. There's been a change of pace here. It seems Kakaki has jokered. It's putting well back now. Now we've got a bad run out of it, as we've got a battle at the back of the field here between Orders and Kakaki. Oh, a bit of contact there. Oh, Kakaki massively into the wall there. Absolute catastrophe for the poor guy there. Running P3, was going to qualify, but now not finishing, it seems, unless he's going to limp that car. He's going to limp it, it seems. However, I don't know how well that's going to end for him, as you have got to maintain some decent form of pace if you're going to keep on going. You can't just limp a very broken, very in the way car around the track. As we roll through here, we've got Valtish running P4, Orders running P5. Struggle a little bit with that new Mistral. Might work out for him later on in the championship. Maybe he'll switch once more, we don't know. Lorenk running P3 with Kakaki's sort of just joking, it seems. That's interesting. I've had a bit of an accident then. However, Eddie has got past Nacho here. A bit of showboating, it looks like, maybe Mr. Gear or something. Slow exit there. However, that is going to make Eddie's life a lot easier in the final. So that's going to put him on the front row with whoever wins the semi-final 2. But Nacho will be on the second row, of course. Not far behind him. As we come onto the last lap, last corner now. Can Nacho make anything stick? I think Nacho is just going to play it safe. Oh, Nacho might have a little sniff on the inside. He tries it. It's close, but no cigar. Eddie maintains the lead. Loring manages to qualify for the final in P3 in the Vivas. Good going by him. Voltage P4, Orders P5, and I think Kaki might have actually called it quits. I'm not too sure where he is. Let's see if we can quickly find him. Oh no, Kaki is still tempted to go, but won't land himself the DNF. Will still score some points, but fortunately for him, Voltage and Orders, he isn't making it into the final. Right, so it has been deemed there is no penalties to serve in the semi-final one. Quite a good choice there by Orders, as yeah, he did indeed absolutely dive from the hell out of Voltage. So he won't have to suffer in P6. He will still score some points there. So as you can see, Eddie, Nacho, and Loring have been filling into the final. We're going to jump across to the race here as we get the cars on the grid. Got a queue. Game, please don't die. Oh, we've got two AKs in the back here. That's a good point. Do we have? No, we have 6. What's going to fit? Wait. So, Canoe, Owens, Jetski, Lewis, AK. No, that's right, yeah. That's right. I might have spawned this car actually by accident. I'll just double check how I've done that. Nah, that wasn't. No, it wasn't me. Oh dear. So we have a quick final look at the cars before they get absolutely battered. So in the anime cover, as usual, Kenu on the front row with him in the Vivas. Jensky second row in the green and white. Astro, not Bete. Armand in the nice teal sort of blue colour white Bete. Then we've got AK and Lagos run at the back in the Mistrals. I'm being told to wait. But why? Okay. So here we go. We're going to get this show on the road. It's not a joke. Ready. So we're going to hard the hook. We're going to get ready. We're going to get set. And we're going to go away. Clean start from everyone there. A little bit of a lag stop by Jensky. Got to be ready for the countdown there. Kenu, AK, Joker early. The rest of the field decide not to. So a little bit of bump from our mans there. However, so does manage to pull away a little bit. Oh, that's a heavy hit into the back of our Mons there by Lagos. Nice dent to the quarter panel. As we have a bit of a battle at the back here between AK and Jajenski. Lagos manages to pull through, it seems, from them. Kenu wants Joker, and I think who else? Is it AK Joker? Oh, Lagos nearly gets very. Lagos almost dies. Second to last corner, gets it a bit wrong, nearly catches the concrete barrier on the inside, and decides to overcorrect and almost roll. So he's moving forward. So still not jokering. However, Armand has Joker. That's going to put him alongside Kenu. Gets a good run out of the Joker. Look at that. See, you seem to get a lot better of a run out of that Joker just due to it being further back on the straight. So that's going to put him into a fixed second position at least at the minute. Kenu has also jokered, however, so hasn't jokered. AK has also jokered, so he's currently running fourth. So we'll see if he can catch up and do anything about it. We're going to roll over to So here. We'll see if So, as we're going to lap 3. Yep, he does joker. Not a bad shout there. Armand's manages to pull through into first though. However, So's going to have the run on him into the next corner. Looks just around that side. I think he was going to try and cut up to the inside of Armand's, but he played defensive, kept that door shut on him. So that is going to mix things up. Armand's with a healthy gap now in P1. Kenu not far behind in P3 from So. Oh, let's hope So's bumper doesn't affect him on his screen like it did for poor Otto earlier in the qualifying. Armand's, look at the absolute grip roll those Betes have. It's quite insane. However, AK not far behind Kenu either. AK looks like he is very much wanting to try and get into the finals with that Mistral. I think it might be the only Mistral that'll make it into the finals. Kenu loses his rear bumper over the jump. That low body kit is not helping the poor Vivos. AK keeping it clean, not losing much time to Kenu. As we switch over to first place, Armand's coming into second to last corner. So going a little bit wide. I think he's losing a bit of pressure there, trying to desperately catch up to Armand's. As I think we come on to the fifth lap of the race here. Yep, lap 5, thank you, whoever that is. Armand's still leading in that very grippy Vete. So tries a move. Again, Armand just holds his ground and doesn't let him past. Let's have a look here as we scroll through. AK still similar gap to last time. I don't know if he's going to be able to make a move. Kenu's just got to keep it clean, not make any silly mistakes. AK got to do the same if he wants to have any hope and chance in catching up. Move to the front of the field again. So this time. So better angle through the first corner here. Looks like he might be able to make a move stick. Armand just has pretty good grip out of the dirt in that covert. So does have a good run and line through there. Armand's pulling away again. Seems to have a lot of grip in that Vete. No matter what So does, no matter what line So takes, he just cannot match the exit corner speed of Vete. They are known to be pretty damn grippy cars to begin with, as they have been nerfed previously. It looks like AK gets a little bit wrong coming into the last corner here, as we have So and Armand's go across the line. Armand's P1, So P2, Kenu P3, AK P4, Jajenski P5, and Lagos in P6. I'm seeing some mixed things here. I don't think. I'm not so sure what happened here. I'm gonna jump in the channel and see what's going on, because there's a bit of a mix up of results. Right, so the Armand's fiasco has been resolved. There is no cheating found. He just has a very corner exit heavy car running a welded diff, so it means he can just put the power down very easily and just absolutely bomb out those corners, which is why, as you notice, So was just catching up to him in the corners, making up the ground there, but then on the exit just could not put the power down compared to him. So we're going to jump back over now as we get lined up for the final. We have Eddie on the front row, Armand's in second, Nacho running P3 on the second row. We've got Lorenk joining Nacho on that second row, Kenu at the back there with... Actually no, so... I know, that's it. We have the Vivosses on the back row, that's it. I think that did seem right. Here we are, got everyone in place now, so we are all good. So it's 6 laps, I think. Oh, I've pressed the wrong buttons. So we are going to get ready, get set, and away we go, nice and quick. Test reaction times are almost all in sync. Armand's with a fantastic run out the gate. Let's see how it can fare against the mighty Eddie. So, right behind him, very keen to make up that result in the semi-final. Come across the jump, almost 4 abreast. Armand's up the inside, Nacho bumps Nacho. Ken up the inside of Armand's, bumps Nacho on the way through as well. Eddie running away to the front here. He is loving this chaos that is happening behind him. That is going to massively help him out and score some ever needed, well, I say ever needed, some very handy points for him in the championship. Warwick running P2 in the Vivos. Good to see it running high up in the order. However, it is still, of course, early on in the race. As Eddie now jokers, uses the advantage of that free air. He knows that he might not be able to keep hold of it. However, he absolutely bombs it out the joker, as we've seen many people do before. Holds on to his lead. I'm not sure if Lorenk has jokered or not. We'll soon find out. However, he is not far behind Eddie. He so has jokered. We know that for a fact. He jokered behind Armand's. So yeah, I think Lorenk has a joker actually. So is now ahead of Armand. I bet that is nice and satisfying for him. Armand's in P4. Lorenk goes to joker, not a terrible call. Nacho looks like a bit decent there with his damaged wheel, but we'll soon find out. Lorenk, Lorenk I think might have had a trapped bit of debris on his car. That is very, very unlucky for him, running quite well in the order in the final, just to get absolutely shafted by something like that. And obviously in Rallycross you can't no grab, you can't pull parts out, and you can't flip yourself over either. You are stuck with some debris, you are stuck with some debris. It's as simple as that. Now we have So running P2, Eddie P1, not far behind is Armand in P3. So getting very close to that wall. Lorenk there stranded on the outside of the joker. We'll go further down the order. We've got teammates Kenu and Nacho running the back of the field up in P4 and 5. Eddie trying to put the knees on, So pull away, gets a fair bit of understeer to the second last corner, digs in the grass and bumps himself round. Neck crack there, my apologies. Final corner as we go on to lap 5 out of 6. Second to last lap, 2 laps to go. We'll see what can happen. Lorenk's still stranded there. Yeah, that is him going to be DNFing, it seems. Very unfortunate for himself. Eddie still maintaining the lead, So not far behind. Armand's still similar gap to don't think he's actually made any time up on So. However, So seems to have caused up a little bit to Eddie on this back straight compared to the last lap. See if So can get... Oh, So goes up the inside with a very good run into the second last corner. Right on the tail of Eddie. See if Eddie can defend. Eddie holds his line. So looks walking around, manoeuvring, final lap. We are in progress of first corner. So a little bit of a bad run, loses a bit of time to Eddie. Across the jump, see if So can make up that time here. He's quite good through this corner. He's very good through this corner. Closes the gap onto the back straight here. Doesn't seem to be losing out either. Not far behind Eddie. This could be very close. Looks like So actually does have a bit of a pull up into the second to last corner. So goes wide. Eddie defends hard. So looks to get the run out the corner. He does so. He's up the inside. Oh, he's there, Eddie. He is there. So goes deep, very deep into the final corner. Eddie across the line, P1, So P2. I think that might be reviewed as just a racing incident. However, that is it, I believe. Yeah, that is. That is one. Do seem to be racing, so I'm not going to call finish just yet. I do believe they have finished. Obviously, they're all in the same mindset. They're all paying attention to the lap counter. They don't seem to be quitting. Right, anyways, so Super 1600 classes are done and dusted. Oh, looks like Kenu also did not finish the race. Must have some damage from an accident. So we have Eddie, your finalist in the Super 1600 class P1. Nacho, So running P2 with an epic battle between them. Armand's managed to keep hold of P3, Nacho P4. We'll have a quick browse here. See who won. So final, Kenu won the final. Eddie was nowhere to be found in round 2. This is interesting here. What about round 1? So round 1, So took the win. So we have actually quite a bit of contention for the 1600 with quite some interesting battles here. So we're going to move on to the touring car class. Okay, yes, so I'm running last. That's the wrong one. Also, the touring cars haven't been raided, so what we'll do, we'll jump back over to a bit of idle time while that gets made, and we'll join back when it is ready. Right, we are back in the show. We are going to get underway here. So in this first race we do have Alex, Otto, Valtish here, and Jay. That's a new one. Let's see what he's in, see if he's turned up. So going over the cars here, we have Alex in the BRX on the far right here, Otto in the fellow Bolide, we have Valtish in the ETKK series, we have her in the BX, we are missing let's see if he is arriving. See if we can get this show on the road here. He's not here. It says we're ready, so I'm going to just get it on the road. So let's get ready, get set, and away we go. Good start by everyone there. A very fast start by the Bolide, of course. BX not far behind. Bolide jokers early. Not a bad call with a good run out the start. Her in the BX gets a good clean run. A nice lead as well. Not bad by him. Into the early stages of this race. Voltage not far behind. The Bolide up behind of Voltage. Oh, clips Voltage, spins him round. Voltage returns favour, sends him into the wall. Oh, the Bolide gets a little bit scrumptious everywhere. Clips the ETKK series. He's right on his heels, gives him a little bump there as well. Her is loving this action. At the back here, giving him the breathing room he needs to just run away. We're going to stick with these guys here as they are tooth and nail at the minute. Also, you've got to remember, Otto is the only one that has jokered. Her and this Voltage. Yeah, no, that's Voltage, not the car. Voltage hasn't jokered. So, Otto technically, to some extent, is leading. However, he's not going to lead with that. Oh, it's very unfortunate for Otto. That's not what he wants at all. Now he's going to pull him out of the running for the lead of the race here. It's going to allow Voltage to concentrate and catch her, which he is doing. However, they both still need to joke her, so we'll see how we get on. Voltage in very refined, very stiff and sleek, I want to say, ETK, while her is in the nice and soft and bouncy BX. Her goes to Joker, not a terrible call there. Might just settle in for the long run. As we are on to lap 3, I believe. Yes, we are, yeah, that's correct. So we'll go through here. We've got Alex coming over the jump. Otto chasing down Alex. Making up a bit of time there. Wants to try and aim for P3, obviously, to make up those points for that bit of a screw up at that corner there. So the front half of the field seems to be well spread out. Oh, Alex gets it a bit wrong into the second last corner. Leaves the door wide open for Otto. Otto sends it on the inside. He accepts that invitation with the light. However, Alex is going to return the favour though. Up the inside of Otto. Otto bombs it across the inside there. Side by side across the line here into the final lap. Otto up the inside. These guys are just swapping and trading the inside lines here. Oh, bit of contact across the jump. That's never good. Oh, it's into the wall. That's very messy. That might be, I think, yeah. Oh, no. That is very unlucky for Otto there. It looks like he might have a bad bit of splitter damage. Oh, bit of contact between him and Alex again there. Well, Otto is just desperately trying to get through. It's a clean win for Voltage there for the most part. Nice P1. Looks like her will take P2. It's now a race between Otto and Alex who can limp their car over the line. I think Alex might take the cake even with a missing front right wheel. in the BRX. That is very unlucky for Otto, and that is something to bear in mind about the bolides. They're very quick cars, they can put down good lap times, however, they're very sensitive and very fragile. One mistake can absolutely ruin the run in them, as we have seen multiple times before. So that is, we'll jump over to the screenings here. So obviously that is a nice and easy win for Voltage there. Bit of battle between him and Otto, but obviously Otto fell short there. I don't know why Alex is in P4, he came ahead of him, I'm pretty sure. But we'll review that in a minute. As here in P2, good to see him doing well. Oh, I'm up next, so we're going to get some nice onboard footage here. So I hope you all enjoy. Right, so you might have noticed there that found out Armand's was running a slightly illegal car. You had weight reduction and also rally independent suspension, which is banned on the Vivas, as it is a very overpowered suspension setup. And also weight reduction is banned because it gives you very weird grippy characteristics. It gives you a lightweight car, which is quite good for braking and stuff like that, but it doesn't give you the downsides of a lightweight car, which is less grip. You still have that weird weight for the grip. So, illegal car. Let's see if you can get it sorted out for the next heat. So I'm not doing the lights here. Actually, no, I will be doing the lights because Marco is racing. It's fine. Let's see if I need to do it. Obviously, in this one we have So, Laurent, Ducapsi, Marco, and Pasic. So we'll see how we get on. We only have 3 cars spawned currently. I don't think this is mine, is it? Oh, it is. I've possessed it. I don't know how. Oh, no, it is Marco's. I thought that. We'll do it. Yeah, that should be. No, it's a bit lopsided. Fucking cues. There we go. Bada bada boom. Nice and centralised. So, in the group we've got Marco in the Taz P1. I think it's so. Yep, in the ETK K series. P2. Warren P3 in the I series. And then we have Jezewski in the Araya. So we're going to get this on the road here. So it's 4 laps, 1 joker. We're going to be ready. And we're going to get set. And away. Good start from everyone there, nice and clean. Jump in with Marco here, coming to first turn. Oh, Laurent gets it a little wobbly on his own accord there. Marco gets in the back of So, gives him a bit of a bump. He's probably not appreciating that. Returns the favour a little bit, it seems. Laurent gets a nice early lead there away from the rest of the field. So's lagging behind a little bit in the K series. Jensky's jokered. I think Jensky's the only one that's jokered, so he's doing quite well in that area. Rear engine vehicle, so it gets a lot of grip. And can put the power down a lot better than a lot of these front engine saloon cars that we have running in the touring car class. Marco goes wide here. Unfortunate for him. Laurent running P1 now, however, he still has to joker. Oh. Excuse me. Oh dear. Yeah, so as I was saying, Laurent P1 starts joker, Jasinski P2, but has jokered. So Laurent needs to put the Gapplebees down and get that run away from the little Italian hatchback. So he's in the barrier in the second last corner. That is very unfortunate. He must have had some damage in the race. Marco is on his side. How has he done that? It's a straightaway. Like the last heat, we only have 2 cars actually finishing the race at this rate, it seems. Laurent goes joker, so that's going to put the Aria into first place with Jezewski in the wheel. I'm going to switch back to Jezewski here as we come round the turn 3. Laurent's not far behind there. Let's see how they navigate actually the debris of Marco in the middle of the track. That's surely going to have some talking tos. Laurent probably not impressed with his teammate there either. Just come past the wreckage just so there. Very unfortunate. He must have had some suspension damage. That's a very weird place to go off there. However, as we come around the final corner on the final lap, I believe. Oh, that is the final lap now. We still have Marco in the running for P1 if he makes it. Any time up, however, he's quite wobbly in that I series. However, gets a good run through that corner there. However, this area is very good at escaping them corners. Very good exit speeds and acceleration. As he lifts off, obviously, of course, past the debris of Marco. No need to lift here, so he's well out of the way. He's come down towards the final corner of the race. He is going to take victory. He is going to take the win, unless he absolutely bowls it last corner. No, he doesn't. Cross the line. Lorenk in P2 in the very pop and bangy I series, and we have So and Marco DNFing. Very unfortunate indeed. Very deep sounding car though, I'll give him that. So, we'll have a look at the next... oh, bollocks. Sorry, I didn't see any of that. Wasn't too much going off, to be fair. But as you heard, obviously, Lorenk in P2, Jenski in P1 with the Aria, very good by him. Heat 4 though, we've got Eddie, Nacho, Os, Kenu and AK. A very fast heat. So it's going to be quite interesting to watch. So we jump straight over. Not fucked it up this time. And see how we do. We'll just have a quick bit of intermission though. One moment. Right, we are getting underway here. We have all the cars lined up on the grid. So, here are 4 laps, 1 joker. All the cars ready on the grid as we are about to set off in 3, 2, 1, and away. Nice clean start from everyone there. Good stuff. Scintilla gets a fantastic run by Nacho into the Joker, it seems. Oh, there's a wheel missing. I hope that's desync. That is Eddie's vehicle. Oh, he is leaning, so I'll soon find out. Eddie, yeah, I think Eddie is absolutely fine there. He's making time up. He's already joking and he's already in the heels of Os, who hasn't joking. Kenu, though, in the lead for a minute. Oh, that was very close between them two there. Could have been disastrous. Between Os and Eddie. Like I said, it was fast, a lot of dangerous drivers. heat here, so it's going to be very interesting to see how it's plays out. Oh, Kenu gets it wrong on the inside. I think he might have just destroyed his wheel. Oh, maybe not. He wants to drive wrong. Oh, contact between Os and Nacho. Os goes flying into the wall along with Nacho. They are not going to be happy. Kenu Jokers gets ahead of Eddie. Good move by Kenu. Good strategy there. Displaying what all he has to do is hold off the absolute monster that is the finish. I think Eddie in the Irish Sunburst. Now, Sunburst, commonly known as an all-wheel drive vehicle, however, it does show to be a very capable vehicle. In the rear-wheel drive classes, he absolutely storms past Kenu there in the SBR4. Oh, and Kenu gets... Okay, thankfully for Kenu, that was a bit desync there, but that would have been hilariously embarrassing for him. Let's go through over here. Kenu in P2, AK P3, Nacho making the ground in P4. I don't think Lost is nowhere to be found. This is some bad damage after my collision with the wall. Now Kenu still putting down decent pace. Eddie is going to run away here. He is the probably more better rapid driver. Definitely has probably more better and stable car. However, the question is, can AK catch Kenu? Can Nacho catch AK? We believe and we'll be to the final lap of the race here. I'm about to say third, that would be wrong. AK gets it wrong. Where's AK going? I think he has a suspension now. Oh, that's very unfortunate for AK. He's going to miss out on P3 in the final lap if he can't make it up. Nacho, decent recovery drive after that incident in lap 2. To cut past a backmarker Os, who has just spun out in the middle of the corner. So, oh, that's going to be a collision between Os and AK. That is going to have probably some precautions, however, obviously it's not going to affect AK's positioning. Unless Nacho obviously makes a big mistake. However, 2 corners to go. Impressive if he can do that. We have Eddie go across the line here, P1, Kenu takes P2, Nacho P3, decent recovery drive from Nacho, and I think we're going to have AK and Nacho, Os here are just having a demo derby seems. AK manages to get away, maybe a bit of a crash bomb there. So AK will be able to carry on the finish race over Os. Yeah, Os is slightly broken car there. Very unfortunate for us. So we'll jump across here. So that's a bit of a wrong finish. There we are. So Eddie of course takes P1, very well deserved. Kenu P2, not a bad job. Nacho P3, that I think is fantastically deserved. That's a fantastic recovery drive after that incident with Os. Unfortunate for AK there. Maybe everybody had a chance if Os wasn't it? Yeah, and Os had a disqualification because of that. So I don't think he'll be racing in the following heats. So obviously that's all 4 heats done and dusted. So we'll wait for the next heats to be drawn up and see how we do. Obviously, well, yeah. So I'll be in the first heat. So I'm going to just cut to gameplay now. That's some sentimental hospital. Osses apparently, and we'll carry on from there. Right, so as you saw, managed to snag another victory. A little bit of a kerfuffle in first attempt run. Someone did spawn a Beamlingen, so obviously you saw that massive lag spike to first corner. That wasn't just my end, that was everyone. Also, that did cause Eddie to actually break his car because the Beamling spawned in front of him. So that got caught as a red flag, and I think Osses also just had a massive disqualification for the entire he's now disqualified for the rest of the race. But that means that in the second race, managed to get P1, Eddie P2, Chinsky P3, Valtis P4. So we are lining up on the grid now. Switch over, I'll turn the game down a little bit for you as well. So Marco is in the lights, so I don't have to stress about that this time. I can just focus on a beautiful bit of commentating. All the cars on the road. So we've got Kenu, Hern, Lorik and Orders. 4 different teams, 4 different cars. Let's see how we get on. We have everything here. We've got a 4-door wagon, we've got a 4-door saloon car, we've got a 2-door coupe and a 2-door mid-engine car. Take a oh, tell me how to jump. Let's see who it was. Ah, her. I'm going to start myself. So, 2 jokers to her then. We'll keep an eye on that. Her's best option is to joker early and then uses the last joker wherever is most suited. So we'll follow along here with Orders. Ken and Orders get a good run into the first corner. They're both sides joker. Lawrence, the only one that doesn't joker. Her jokers early as well. Not a bad choice. Ken and Orders side by side out the joker exit. Nice clean racing there. Bit of bumpy for Orders over the jump. Really needs to sort that suspension out. Orders sends up the inside of Kenu. Bumps him wide, bumps him into the wall. I'm sure that's going to have a bit of a talking to there. As they fly down the back straight, Lorink is enjoying that carnage behind him, giving him a chance to run away as per. Kenu, looks like Kenu might be alright. He might not have too much damage on the SBR. There's a little bent on our screen, but he's probably only just brushed it on his end. It does seem to be striding pretty straight. Doesn't seem to be down on pace either. Hurt goes for his second joker. Not a bad call. He's just going to suck up that last place from the jump start, it seems. However, it does not mean to let off of your pace. Keep going, because obviously someone could have a spin, an accident, who knows what. Give you the opportunity to catch up. So as we're on the second lap here, feels pretty spread out. Obviously the qualifying heats work as the same as the Super 1600s, so P1 and P2 will move. We're in the second heat, so obviously these heats determine your finishing positions in the semi-finals. Starting position, sorry. Missed out a bit of action here. Kenny's up on far behind Orders, along jokers. Coming into the third lap, Orders gets it very wide angle. Might just make stick. Lauren goes a bit wide over the rough stuff at the edge. Orders looks like he might have a half decent run out the corner. Might have to say, coming up to the second to last corner, he does. He gets up. He contacts with Lauren, pushes Lauren a little bit wide there into the sand trip. Kenu makes the most of it. Goes up the inside. Too wide into the corner. Orders makes it 3. Orders trying to push through there. Gets a massive bit of understeer. Might have actually caused some damage for himself. Oh, Kenu blocks the door to Loring, shoves him in the wall a little bit. Kenu gets ahead. Loring can Orders side by side. Can Orders make a move onto Loring at the final corner? We'll jump into Kenu here. Kenu holding his line, putting the power down in that mid-engine SBR4, gets very good exit corner speed as we can see. However, like the Bolide, they are naturally a little bit unstable. Seems like Kenu's going to claim the win there with Lauren in P2. And Orders P3. Well, not actually that far behind, I should catch up in a little bit in the chaos. In P4. Fantastic little race there. Not bad stuff. So we'll have a quick look at the next heat. So we've got Nacho, Otto, AK and Alex. That should be an interesting race to watch. Also, Nacho is running his new build of that Skintella. Seems to be quite a fast car. Did a very good recovery drive in the first qualifying session. So we'll see how he does, see if he can get a clean run with Os not being alongside him. But in the meantime, we'll jump back and see what is happening in the department. Right, here we are. A little bit of delay through some stupid decisions. Took way too long. We'll get the next race on the way. Nacho, Otto, AK, and Voltage. Oh no, Alex, sorry. Very good start by the mid-engine supercars there. Old school versus new school, it seems. As we have two BXs as well, so we've got quite a duo sort of setup in terms of the cars on the field. Otto and Alex joker early, while Nacho and AK decide not to joker. As we have Otto chasing down AK now, putting the power down in the bow line. AK goes very deep into the second last corner, leaves the door wide open for Otto. Now, Otto just needs to close that distance to the skin teller of Nacho. And he's not doing a bad job either. Nacho goes joker. Otto is already caught up, going around the corners at almost the exact same time. Let's see who gets a better run. It's going to be Otto. Let's see if Nacho, though, with the better run towards the next corner, can say anything. He's not going to. He's going to hold back. Still 2 more laps of the race to go. However, Nacho does get alongside a little bit onto the back straight. Let's see who's got the straight line speed. So, both these cars are set up for more rear downforce. Obviously, Nacho running the nice big wing. Otto running the GTR rear body kit, but the GTT front kit. GTT gives significantly less downforce, making it a much more understeery car, but a lot easier to control, which is why he's got his wheel set up, as you can see, very inwards at the back, very outwards at the front, comparatively. However, Nacho gets up on the outside of him, looking for a sniff around, forces him wide, sends it up the inside. A lovely setup and snatch by Nacho there. However, Otto has something to say about it, has a bit of a run. Going to back out, it looks like. Into the back end of Nacho, sends Nacho wide, Otto into the barrier. It looks like Alex might be able to take advantage a little bit here. Nacho managed just to get free. Luckily for Nacho, obviously, he was just the recipient in that attack, so does deserve to get away. I don't think there's going to be any penalties since positions haven't been compromised too much. The only person who's going to get compromised is Otto's. Alex looks up the inside but does spin him out. Oh, Otto has had some bad luck here. Over AK finally is getting the break he deserves. Manages to get through into second place here. I think that might be his second of the qualifying heats. Nacho, nice. Oh, and there's a spin from Alec there between Alec and Otto. Nacho now well in the lead here, pulling away in the skin teller as we come round onto the finish line. Nacho showing off as he should. Very good and well earned win there. AK in second, and we have Otto in third, Alex in fourth. Quite a chaotic race there, a lot going off. Let's see what happens in the next one. Right, so we're into the sort of losers bracket of the qualifying sessions. Also, we've had a lot of no-shows. All three cars here did either get disqualified or DNF'd. Obviously, Armand's got disqualified for an illegal car. Marco just fucking died, and so got a bit unfortunate on that second to last corner. It seems no clue what happened to him, so can't really comment. So we're gonna get the cars lined up here on the grid. I'm gonna get away shortly, so we'll chill up here for the time being. As we get a bit of cinematic here. As we wait for the lights to go out. Now obviously this is going to be a decider for just whoever gets a bit of a better start place on the semi-finals. Obviously, while this is a loser's bracket, however, they are still probably the front runner of this race will probably still start midfield. So not all is lost for them. As we are awaiting the start of the race. Don't know why. Oh yeah, almost still has a legal car. Need to get rid of that weight kit, boy. Oh dear. So we'll have a quick look at the current points of the drivers. So P1 runners out of the qualifying is me, Kenu and Nacho. All mid-engine cars actually, that's quite interesting. Then we have Eddie, Lorink and AK in P2. Looks like I'm not going to wait here. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. So he's desperate to go. Marco's burnt his clutch out. Armand's is a legal car. This is going to take a minute. It'll be interesting to see. See, Armand was very, very fast in the last round in that Vivas. So it'll be interesting to see if it was illegal then. Who knows? Looks like so his teammates are telling him to log the fuck in, as he should. It's a very fast driver in a four-wheel drive car, but it seems to be struggling a little bit with these rear-wheel drives. However, he has deployed quite a good and interesting tactic for rallycross, putting a body kit on a car and still running standard fitment, or a little bit wider fitment than standard. Gives your wheels a little bit of protection, especially helpful on these cars with fragile axles where they can snap wheels easily. Obviously Marco's running something similar. However, Armand's is just full braving it with the monster truck stance. So it looks like we might be able to actually get on the weight here. I think Armand might have actually fixed his car now. Nope, he hasn't. Oh dear. Oh, we're going away. Okay, it's going to be interesting. It's still taking a legal car. Armand's gets a very slow start off the line. Oh, it's not slowing him down in the slightest. So goes through first corner, gets a nice early lead. Marco in second. Marco seems to have destroyed his oil pan on that jump, even though he has a skid plate, which is quite impressive. So, as we go through this race here, I'm going to just follow along with So here and watch along as it seems Armand is out the running. Marco just goes hilariously wide. Throws his exhaust out the window like you don't need it. So still hasn't jokered. Well, no one has jokered, in fact. As we're on to lap 2 now. Oh dear, it's getting comfy here as we sit for the nice steady race. Obviously, as we explained before, the semi-finals run exactly the same as the 1600 Cup. So the better you finish, the better points you score in the qualifyings, the better start position you have in the semi-finals, giving you a better. Oh, Normans is an absolute crumpled mess on the straight. But yeah, as I was saying, better result in the qualifyings, better start in the semi-finals, better chance of making it to the finals. Obviously, the finals is where the bulk of points are scored. So getting in those is very important. However, I do believe scoring in the semi-finals does still accrue to championship points. Not sure about qualifying though. I'll have to double check. Some nice, lovely driving here though by So in this ETKK series. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Obviously, he's gonna. Oh, I hope that was not there on his screen. That piece of debris looked like an engine from my Monza's car. I'm not sure what's happening with his tailpipes. They seem to always be slightly kinked down on the ETKK series. We'll swap over to Marco here. Watch the Taz struggle around a little bit. It's a very twitchy car, that. Very lightweight though, so it can be sort of foreseen with the nature of the vehicle. Marco's been struggling to sort of put decent pace down on that vehicle. Did used to run a mid-engine Corvette in the previous sort of two-wheel drive category, where front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive was allowed to compete against each other. Whereas now touring cars and Super 1600s are two different classes. But yeah, did have some quite good success with that mid-engine Corvette. Someone has called it an OP car, so I believe it has actually, in fact, been banned from racing and competing in the new touring car series, just from how capable of a car it was. So as we come to the final closing stages of this race, we'll cut back to some nice driving from So here in the ETKK series. As he comes to the second glass corner, sends it nice and wide. Oh no! That's not good. So, please don't tell me that was not the final lap. Okay. Yeah, no man. So it did finish. Thank the Lord. I would have been very upset for him if that was the case. Right. Semi-finals now. I am racing, as you can see, so I'm going to mute up and disappear. Right, here we go. So, 6 laps, 1 Joker, semi-final round 2. Got Nacho, Kenu, Orders, Djenski, AK and her. We're following with AK here, back to the back, just makes a move past Djenski. Joker's early, Orders and Kenu into each other into the first corner. Looks like it's over there. A bit of contact between AK and her there. It's fine, Orders, managed to get an early lead. Nacho with a run out, Joe Craig's all backs down and a good challenge of chose to back out that conundrum between Kenu and Djenski. Who checked? I can't remember. It is Djenski, I was correct. So we've got Aldous P1, Kenu P2, Nacho P3. Now Nacho has jokered and he's absolutely soaring by the straights. Obviously it's a 6 lap race, so a lot could happen. Kenu decides to joker early. Bit of contact between Nacho and Orders there. Nacho the aggressor does back down, giving him a little space. Orders clinging on for dear life. Not trying to hang around in that wagon. Sunburst, Nacho in the skin teller. Does have the aerodynamics. Does look at the inside. Rolls Orders over! Oh no! Into the sandpit. Does land on his wheels, I can see in the background there. That is fortunate for Orders. Now Nacho, I think he's going to get a penalty for that, so he needs to hope he can hold on for dear life. Kenu not far behind. In the SBR4 here, we'll look down the routes. Oh, got a bit of a skittish Ariel of Djenski behind her here. I think this is the fight for 3rd place here. This is interesting. Orders not far behind though. We've got a straggler. AK straggler, I think, yeah, he's had some significant damage there. Nacho, healthy lead on Kenu now. So Kenu's just going to try and lock in that 2nd place. Orders has got past her and catching to the Araya. This is going to get interesting here as we go into, I think, about 4. No one's keeping count. We're going to make sure someone is. Orders take a very aggressive line. Okay, yeah, we're on lap 4, so 2 laps, 2 goes. This is the battle to watch here. Can Orders catch the plucky little area of her? Djenski gets a very long 2nd lap score and leaves the door wide open. Orders sends it through in the now coupe/saloon sunburst, thanks to his rollover. Thankfully, with the sandpit, doesn't seem to affect his suspension too much. Let's go to lap 5 out of 6. Nacho, nice and healthily in the lead. Kenu catching the back marker of AK. Her with some more damage falling further behind. Nacho, obviously, absolutely soaring away. He's about to enter the final lap here. So we'll mark that down for everyone else. There we go. Now, the battle to watch here is Djenski versus Orders. Orders in P3 qualifies. Djenski P4 does not. AK needs to stay well out of the way here. Djenski gets a corner wrong, but gets a good run out of it. Not far behind. Orders sends it clean in, keeps at it. Oh, Djenski spins out! A little assist there from AK, gets him round, but unfortunately he's lost too much time, too much ground to the sunburst wagon of Orders. Orders now a safe gap on the final lap here. He will be able to claim P3 and make it into the finals. Kenu a nice and healthy P2, nice clean race as well, barely any damage on that SBR4. Always nice to see a car finish cleanly. Along with Nacho, well, sort of with Nacho, bit of a busted bumper there, but nothing too concerning. There we are. orders across the line P3. That is your finalist. So we'll quickly go over that before we get into the race. So finalist is myself, Voltish, and So. Then we've got Nacho, Kenu, and orders as well. Also running order is your boy at the top. We'll have Nacho in P2 in the Skintella, Valtish P3 in the ETK series. Then we'll have Kenu in P4 in the SBR4, So in P5 in the other K series, and then we'll have orders P6 in the Sunburst wagon. We have quite an interesting line. We've got 3 mid-engine cars, 3 different types as well. No same type. We've got 2 ETK K series, so that's quite interesting. 2 out of the 3 in the series, and 2 of 2s actually ran today as well. And then obviously we've got the only wagon, I believe, running in the series as well that's made it, which is good to see. So I'm going to mute up now and jump over and get locked in. Right, so as you saw, another fantastic victory by a fair margin as well. Was it quite an epic battle from behind as well between Valtish, Nacho, Kenu and So and Orders. There was 5 wide at one point. Wish we could have seen that, to be honest, but now well. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking. Bolide seems a bit OP, you know. It's last round they took 1-2. However, last round, A, knew that track quite well, and B, for this round, it was a very smooth, very flat circuit, so I could just drive the Bolide like a race car, like a circuit car. So it was quite home territory for it. On some of the rougher tracks, it's going to suffer. With its light and sort of snappy tendencies. So we'll see what happens. Worst case, I'll just run it with a no body kit. Well, we'll find out. But that will be all for this stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was a little bit better quality as well. I do apologise for the last two. That's just been an absolute shit show. But other than that, see you next week. Actually, no. I'll see you tomorrow, as we have changed the schedule, as you may have noticed. Supercars and a new class is being run on a separate day now. So I'll see the two-wheel drive stuff happens on a Friday, and then the all-wheel drive stuff, well, the supercars and the new class, a spec series, happens on a Saturday. So